you still grow vegetables too?
Yes. This year, last year we were certified for all of our poultry, and this year our gardens are certified. So we will have, we'll have a variety of greens and garlic and
Your garlic is awesome next year.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. People like our garlic. We have, we're blessed. The nice advantage with chickens is that they really produce a superior manure fertilizer that enables us to grow things that require a high nitrogen. And so that really is one of the wonderful benefits of having children, or having chickens. Chicken children, they are like my children, yeah. Is that it does improve the soil. Yeah. What other questions?
Two questions.
Yes.
One, when the birds that don't get the light stop running, by about how much does their feed drop? And two, can
Their
you
feed
name-
does not drop. They
Oh,
continue
yeah.
eating.
Yeah, that would be great. And then the other is, can you identify some of the breeds that weren't as light sensitive in terms of laying? Can you name some of those?
Basically, the birds that are not light sensitive are the birds that are first year layers.
Oh, okay.
Once they've gone through their first year cycle, then they will always, that period of time at the end of August and September, is that drop in light is a huge trigger for the birds. It says, winter's coming, I need to prepare. All right, so think about it. It requires a lot of extra nutrition on their part to produce an egg and to stay warm. All right, so what they do at that time in August, when the light levels start to drop, they start dropping feathers. They have to get a whole new winter coat before the weather gets cold. So they drop all their feathers, they are naked as naked can be, running around looking sad and pathetic like they're gonna drop dead any day. And I think, oh my God, I'm a terrible chicken farmer. How can I have chickens like this? I do this every year, you'd think I would. And then in 6 or 8 weeks, lo and behold, they've got a whole new outfit and they're walking around bragging about it. So, to answer your question, it really is that first year. After the first year, it's almost seems like nothing's going to prevent them from laying. They will lay almost a day for that whole first year. Once they start going through the molting process, it's like that's hardwired into their system.
So the light sensitivity is more about age than breed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say so. I'm not aware of any breeds that are tougher than others. I fluctuate on that. There are some that seem to shut down and stay shut down for longer than others. Certainly, we've gone through the commercial hybrid chickens, and they lay fabulously big, beautiful eggs for about 6 months, and then they just make me crazy, and I can't wait to chop their heads off. The hybrid layers tend to be, the heritage layers tend to be more consistent in laying a good quality egg for a longer period of time. I guess that would be my only comment. We emphasize, we try to pick breeds that are good winter layers. Maybe that might answer your question better. There are some chickens that are better winter layers than others, and we try to really concentrate on birds that can tolerate the extreme cold, because we are in northern climate here. That contributes. What else can I answer then?
Well, since chickens tend to shut down in the wintertime, would you let them go and not lay eggs for a whole season? Would that stop them from laying in the spring?
No. It wouldn't.
So maybe
It
if
would,
I was to
but-
have my own chickens, a couple, and let them take a rest for the winter, they wouldn't stop them?
In olden times, probably in your,
My day?
in your early days, let's say. Younger years, yeah, probably even before that. Before the advent of the modern chicken, let's say that. What they would do is they would store it. And there's a product, here we go, calcium silicate, I think is what it's
Water
called.
glassing eggs?
Water glassing eggs. And they would store eggs in big glass jars packed in this material that you can still get today. And those eggs will last 2 years or more. So what would happen is people would store their eggs during the time of year when chickens lay, now through the summer, and they would store them and get them through the winter months when they didn't lay. So
You can still water glass eggs? I thought that
you
was
can
good.
still water glass eggs.
I can't go through.
Maybe candle before you try to eat them.
So you're saying older chickens are better tasting? Or just more soups?
Here, generally a chicken that is, I'm trying to think. General rule of thumb, and it's not always true, but general rule of thumb is a chicken older than 20 weeks is going to have a finely striated muscle system, musculature to it, so that when you cook it, if you were to cook that chicken, the meat would come off sort of in streams. It's not that it's not edible or flavorful, but it has a different texture to it. The older the bird, absolutely the better the broth. You get a deep, rich broth. It has a lot, it's very rich in omega-3s. It's got a lot of good fats in it, is what it does. A lot of calcium, I think what you're thinking of is collagen in the bones. It has a lot of collagen in the bones, which is why a lot of people will make broth out of chicken legs, chicken feet. Yeah, the old timers would tell me, when I first started raising chickens, and I would take my birds to the processor for processing, and I saw her packing up chicken feet, and I said, why are you keeping chicken feet? She said, the old guy down the road's got really severe arthritis, and he says this is the only thing that keeps his joints moving is the collagen. He cooks down the chicken feet, and the collagen in the bones and the legs and the feet are like a natural treatment for arthritis.
You know how to cook, birds without boils.
How do you cook birds without boils?
With that much water in a
I've
big
seen
pan.
Yeah.
You put carrots, celery, onions, garlic in the bottom, and lay chicken over that, cover it with aluminum foil, cook it for 4
And
hours.
then steam it. Yep.
Oh, that's tender as
Yeah.
can be.
Yep. Kind of like crock pie. It's kind of like a crock pie.
Yes, sir. Question?
More of a comment really on the collagen. There was a recent study that found that collagen protein kind of in isolation, like out of the stomach or something, actually reduces inflammation the same way as added protein, well, the same chemical pathway.
That's fascinating. I'd be interested in that research.
Yeah, I can just look it up. Do you have any contact info?
Yes. Yes. Email, website, Facebook. You Google us, we show up. People find us everywhere. Are we ready to eat yet?
We are ready for the first round. We just discovered one of our ovens is not as hot as the other. So 2 pans are done and 2 pans are in the process. So we'll just do the first 2 pans and see how far it goes. So thank you so much. It's like before we